Juan de la Cruz was shot through the heart when a truck full of strikebreakers came and opened line on a picket line and shot him in the heart. Nancy LaFala was murdered on a picket line by the Kern County Police. Tino Contreras was also shot and murdered. And Rene Lopez had organized a union election at his farm. It became obvious to the UW's plan to win. The grower called him over his car. He bent down to leave a contract in the seat next to him. All 5 of these people were murdered in broad daylight in front of large groups of people. No one except for the labor contractor that shot Rene Lopez was ever done. And even then, not the grower board. This produces the racism and the control that the growers have always had over the workers. But even in spite of all this, that's our view is not violence was our strength. We too fast for 25 days each to bring attention to the United Farm Workers and to bring it back to nonviolence. He also fasted once for 36 days to bring attention to the plight of the farm workers and the pesticides that were exposed in jail. The dangers yet commonly used pesticides that cause cancer in many of the workers, cause many farm workers and their children to die, cause many birth defects. But in addition to the fast, they've also used militant nonviolent tactics. The marches, like we have here today, and boycotts, picket lines. All throughout the country, the workers have gone to bring attention and demand respect and demand recognition for themselves and for the people in the communities. Because of this, because the workers have been willing to stand up for themselves and to never back down, thousands upon thousands of workers have had contracts that have brought them clean drinking water and bathrooms, higher wages, have given them laws and other protections. And even here in the cities, it has ended racist programs like the Bracero program, who they keep trying to put initiatives on. But Cesar died peacefully in his sleep, April 23rd, 1993. Arturo Rodriguez, his son-in-law, has taken over as the second president of the union. In the last 6 years, we've had 20 new contracts, bringing protections to, again, thousands of workers. But the struggle is not over. The great boycott is still going on, as well as a boycott against Gallo's Noble Wines for the refusal to sign contracts and to negotiate with the workers. And then in August of '94, 450 workers from BC&M Farms, the strawberry fields in California, came to us complaining about the horrible conditions on their fields. Same things we had seen before, like lack of field sanitation and low wages, lack of health insurance. But they're also complaining about something different this time. The women who worked on that field were being forced off the field by their foremen to have sex 2 to 3 times a week in order to keep their jobs and the jobs of their families. And they weren't going to put up with it anymore. So they went out on strike, sleeping in their cars in the parking lots for 2 days to ensure that no replacement workers would come and take their job. They were ran an election which they won by 87%, and the grower only responded by plowing under the field. He'd rather take a loss in his profit than negotiate with the workers. So this has happened to us about 5 times within the last 5 years. So we're doing something different this time. We're organizing industry-wide. They can plow under one field, but they cannot move the entire industry. There's 20,000 workers that work on about 270 fields that are responsible to 8 big pulling companies that do everything. They give the growers pesticides, they tell them when to grow, and they set the prices for the industry. Pulling companies like Driscoll Strawberry Associates, who have taken a lot of time and a lot of effort to fight us. Now, Driscoll Strawberry Associates indirectly employs more strawberry workers than any other company in the nation. They claim to be the biggest and the best, and they claim to pay the workers more than any other strawberries in the industry. Yet, they have been forced to settle 3 lawsuits out of court because they didn't want them to get to court level for things like sex discrimination and wage and hour violations. So that has been over $500,000 that has gone to the workers because they have stood up and said that they're not going to take it anymore. And but yet they continue to fight us. So if Cesar were alive today, he would be telling companies like Driscoll Strawberry Associates that they need to let their workers organize and demand that we do the same here in the cities, that we stand up and we fight for these workers. Paul Chavez, Cesar's son, has been quoted as saying that many streets, many buildings, and many schools have been dedicated to in the name of Cesar Chavez since his death. But the greatest tribute that has ever been given to his father has been the continuation of the movement that he has helped to build. and we must all continue to build this movement today. We all eat, we all benefit from the labor of these farm workers, and it is up to each one of us to stand up and fight for these workers now. That is the least we can do. So, and Cesar not only fought for the farm workers, but like I was saying, he fought for everyone in the community, for all people, to give them their rights. So it is important that we continue to fight for the farm workers, but that we also continue to fight here in our communities. And here in Madison, we continue to fight for the Chicano Studies Department, and we continue to fight against plant closings. We must not allow ourselves to become divided. We must unite and become stronger, for division only weakens us. And if you become weak, or if you become tired, remember Cesar Chavez, who devoted his life, who gave his life to this movement, and always keep fighting. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lori. Next, I welcome Ernesto Chacon, President of the Milwaukee Federation for Civil Action, and a man who has dedicated his life to the struggle. Ernesto.
It's always fun to be in Madison. I remember a couple of years ago, maybe 25 years ago, some of you were not even born, but we remember that we were upset, we were angry at the whole structure in Wisconsin about the migrant farm workers. They used to come here from the Southwest and the West Coast without any protection, without any decent living conditions. The United Migrant Opportunity Services and the Latin American Union of Civil Rights way back then decided to march from Milwaukee to Madison 7 days to demand justice for farm workers. And today, we still demand justice for farm workers, not only in Wisconsin, but throughout the whole nation. Let me tell you that the teaching of Cesar Chavez had a great impact for us here in Milwaukee and the state of Wisconsin. Although we are community organizers, and some of you were labor organizers, there's no difference. The teaching of Chavez, and it's great that we are celebrating Chavez today is here because it's his birthday, and his teaching will continue. One of the main things that he taught us here in Milwaukee and in Wisconsin, that we could not separate the migrant field with our own community, because we are one. We work in the fields, and we live in a neighborhood, and we live in our own community. When we march, and we talk about the farm workers, we're talking about not only the farm workers in the United States, we're talking about farm workers throughout the world. We provide the food that everybody eats, and the farm workers cannot even afford to buy a decent meal for their families. It's nice to be here because Cesar Chavez was here with us many years ago. He probably met some of your parents, not only here in Milwaukee or Wisconsin, but throughout the country. We grew up together. We grew up with your parents, maybe in San Antonio, Albuquerque, Tucson, Los Angeles, San Francisco. We grew up together, and we are the product of the Chicano movement. Many of us, over 30, we are the product of the Chicano movement, which some of us will be living soon. And it's going to be the responsibility of you, the young people, the young generation of the Chicano movement, to take over the responsibilities of our people in our community. Let me say, thank you for being here with us. We, the oldest from the Chicano movement, have to move on into other areas to improve our neighborhood and improve our people. 28 million people, Latinos in the United States, is the number that we are looking at. 49% of those 28 millions are young people, Latinos, under 19 years old. Almost 50% of the population are not even 22 years old, 21 years old. So where are we going? Where are we going means that we have to begin to study ourselves, analyze ourselves, and decide what direction to take for the near future. So with this, let me say, viva Chávez, presente, viva la causa, viva la revolución, y que viva la raza.
Muchas gracias, Ernesto. Thanks a lot, Ernesto. Next, I would like to invite Nora Xochitl Herrera.